Oh shoot. Well, good morning everybody. We are on the road already at 5:47 a.m. on a Saturday. So why am I up so early on my day off? Well, we got a phone call a couple days ago from a good buddy of mine wanting to know if we wanted to go hunt this morning. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So that's where we're going right now. I am bringing a fishing rod as well as a crawfish trap so we can set it up and see what we can catch by the end of the day. It's gonna be a good morning. It is 37 degrees now. It was at 41 at the house. Since now I'm on the road, it hit down to 37 degrees. Good time to go get some geese. Yeah, they're gone. It is cold. I'll tell you, it's really cold, but we're having fun. We're having fun. It just became safe light to shoot, and we're gonna see if we can get some geese. We did see a couple actually flying south, but they were too high and too far away for us to shoot. So hopefully pretty soon we'll get into them. But I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at these tracks. These tracks right here are coyote tracks and turkey tracks. Ain't that crazy? They're all along here. All along here. It goes down the road. Oh, Rob's calling me. Let's see what he wants. Oh, he's just playing around over there. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. You have a river otter over there just playing around in the cut right over here. That is so awesome. But yeah, it's pretty cool. See all these tracks, all these coyote tracks and turkey tracks all in the dirt right here. All right, let's keep going. Getting a little frustrating, you know. We've had many flyovers, but they're just out of range. I think we're gonna resort to fishing. So yeah, we're gonna go to the truck and grab our fishing stuff and come back out here. What do you think?
Let's get on the road, man.
All right, let's do it.
The baths are gonna work better than the baths.
Yeah, that's what I think. All right, to the fishing. It's called a stickfish. Oh shoot. All right, guys, so we got ourselves a goose. Yes, there was a flock of them that just passed us, and Rob shot, and it looks like we have one down over here in this next slough across the way here. So hopefully we get it before either one disappears, another hunter takes it, or yeah, or it sinks. So let's keep our fingers crossed. All right, guys, look at this. This is what we came out for. That right there. That took us all day to get. Rob, what you thinking?
I think it was like a Christmas turkey, dude.
That is nice. Does it have a band on it? Nope, no band. Oh, look at that. That is awesome. Oh. Well, congratulations on that, man. That is awesome.
I'm gonna call the wife and say, hey, get ready to pluck.
We're gonna head back home, and we'll probably get a video of us cleaning this guy. Rob shows us how to do it, because I've never done it. This is my first time coming out with him goose hunting.
Yeah.
So
Now the hard work stuff. That's where it starts.
all right, guys, we'll see you back at the house. All right, guys, we're back at the house. We have Rob here and his goose. I kept on calling it a duck for some stupid reason, but anyway, he's gonna show us how he actually he cleans his goose. So what you got there?
This is actually a BB. Just to show the density of some of this goose feather, the BB actually gets lodged in this almost impenetrable level of just goose down. So this is why you want to get the head shot, not this body shot. We're gonna find a lot of that in our breast. So we're just gonna go through, take as much of this as we can off manually without tearing that breast meat away and tearing that skin away. You really want to keep that intact because it protects the meat from all these little tiny baby feathers that are all throughout there.
Wow. Now I know, like on a say like a dove or even like a quail, that you could actually just rip it open. This one you can't do that.
No, the follicles are a little too dense. The skin is too tough. A lot of these doves, quail, to some extent, rabbits, pheasant, they have a really thin skin membrane, which allows you to just pretty much rip that all off. With ducks and geese, you're talking a really dense amount of feathers in a certain spot.
All right, guys, so he actually just got done with, hold on. He just got done taking out all the feathers there on the breast, and now he's gonna take apart the breast meat off this goose.
So you're just gonna come down the breastbone. I like to just take a small short knife. A lot of people will get longer knives. I like short knives because they're easier to maneuver and I can make more precise cuts. You wanna come down this breast. Essentially, you're just gonna be peeling this back from the meat. So I'll find a small incision like this. I'll run my knife under the skin, get a little purchase on it, and start trying to, oh wow, this is not like a duck, man. I forgot what it's like to breast a goose. So this meat here, you can leave it breast on and it's pretty delicate, pretty tasty, but it's also twice the work. I like to just skin back all the membrane from the meat and get that breast out as best as possible. There is some shot in here, so it's gonna be a little messy, but
now, is there a process to get that shot out once you got the breasts?
yeah, so I like to soak it in milk or buttermilk, and it makes it a lot easier to find and remove those pellets, those BBs. Ziploc baggie for a couple hours at least.
Ziploc baggie with milk in it?
Yeah, with milk or buttermilk, it kind of loosens that meat up. It's easier to find the BB track, and it's just a simpler process. Other than that, you're going to be biting down on it and making a trip to the dentist. See, we're going to go all the way to that sternum. You're going to feel from stern to stern, essentially. And that's going to be as much breast meat. Oh, I don't want to waste any of that. So you can always scrape down too. You make it easier, but you can also just make slower, more precise cuts in the beginning, and you're not wasting any meat. You are going to have a little bit of that skin sticking, or meat sticking to the skin, but that's to be expected.
So it's kind of like also like caping the deer.
Exactly. So if you want to keep that cape on your buck, or you want to keep that skin, maybe give it to a taxidermist, sell it to a taxidermist, you're going to take a little more precaution. But with geese, I'm not mounting this one, and it's going to be an eaten goose.
So now, if they do want to do it, if you want to take it to a taxidermy, now
So,
do they have to actually do this, or will the taxidermy actually take it apart?
So you actually want to leave this intact as best you can. I know some people gut their geese, but you want to leave this intact. Your taxidermist is going to thank you later because he's going to be fixing some of the problems you're making. So if you want to taxidermy a goose, the best way is to freeze it. You want to make sure you're getting that in cold temperature as soon as possible. A taxidermist can take a couple weeks to actually get a goose mount back to you. And it may be a while before he gets to it if he's backed up with a job, or, you know, it's peak season. I know deer season just ended, so a lot of taxidermists that do, you know, both, you know, large game and small game, as well as waterfowl, they're going to have a lot on their plate. So I advise, if you're going to get something mounted, leave it intact, put it in the freezer, cape it over, tip that head over, put it in a plastic bag, and your taxidermist will thank you instead of you trying to do all the work yourself. Now we got bees.
Yeah, I see that.
Got BB coming out here on the edge. We're actually just gonna pop that out, get it out as soon as possible so you don't forget about it later. There's actually another.
Now, is that still shot or is that lead?
So here in California, all waterfowl have to be taken with lead-free shot. There's another BB coming out. And that's for the Environmental Protection Agency, as well as coordination with the Department of Fish and Game. It's very controversial over the last couple of years on what kind of ammo you can use. But you have to think about your environment. You have to be able to adapt. If you love this sport, if you love hunting in the state of California, right now you really do have to play by their game, which is fine. I mean, within reasonable cause, but I know with the bobcat season being canceled, a lot of people are up in arms about that, and understandably so. You pay for a tag for what you perceive is going to be an entire season. People that have already bought their bobcat tags are now getting essentially half a season. And there's a lot of uproar over that, and understandably so, because you want to get what you pay for, especially from the Department of Fish and Game. There's so many regulations and strict environmental codes that you have to live by and to play by their game.
So what are you doing now?
So we're going to take this breast off. I'm going inside that breastbone here.
It's sort of like filleting a fish.
Right, you're going to try and take as much meat off as you can.
Or taking the back strap off a deer.
Yeah, exactly. You want to make sure you're getting in there. I know.
Get a bee feasting on there.
He's having a good time. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to get down to where I feel that meat starting to curl around the backside of the breastbone. I'm going to come in with my offhand. Be careful of your fingers. And we're just cutting away from there. On a duck, I would be a little more careful because you don't have as much meat, not as much real estate. But on this goose, I mean, this is gonna be a couple of pounds of breast meat. So I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna fillet that off as best I can. You wanna make sure you don't puncture the gut sac. You don't want any of that getting on your meat if you don't have to. And cut away as much membrane and sinew as you can and keep all that meat intact. So you can see here we've had some shot go in. We've had some bloody spots where shot's gone in there. We're gonna let this guy soak for a little bit, but let's get on to that next breast.
All right, guys, so he just got done doing 2 breasts. Both breasts here off this goose. Let's get a look at that.
So you got backside, what was up against the breast, and the outside of the breast. So you're looking at a good couple sized breasts, whereas duck and geese, or duck and say dove, much smaller, much different. So you want to get this refrigerated as quick as possible. It's been probably about an hour since we shot this. You want to make sure you get your meat cold. Yeah, I mean, it's fairly simple, straightforward, and it's worth it.
All right, so we're actually just gonna put this in the freezer for right now. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Like I said, tomorrow's another day and we're gonna go out again. All right, see you next time.